The Tree of Life Center near Tlanqualpican, Puebla, Mexico, is a project of the Methodist Church in Mexico in collaboration with the United Methodist General Board of Global Ministries. It is also known as Give Ye Them to Eat, or GYTTE. Volunteers and mission teams visit in the off-season, but most of the year, persons from surrounding villages, as well as students from schools all over Mexico, come to learn. This particular VIM team is from Belmont United Methodist Church in Nashville, Tennessee. They are exploring technologies that use, reuse, and recycle available resources readily available to local farmers to improve their quality of life. Let's look at a house that is more economical than adobe, is naturally insulated to stay cool, and can last for years and years.
This, which has been serving as a dorm for us, is made out of straw bale construction. Many of these methods are very, very old, but they have put them together perhaps in new ways, or that they are learning to utilize the materials that they have available where they are. And to explain to the people that we're going to use straw bales to build a house or some kind of structure, they are frightened because they're afraid that, golly, straw, light a match and it will be gone. But understand that fire is not a problem. They get some of the straw bale from the sorghum. The waste of the sorghum, they will bale it up. Here, they recommend different kinds of straw. It can be from the sorghum, it can be from rice, it can be from wheat, oats, all kinds of the grains. And that's one of the things that they do here, is try to help the people see what is available in their area and to be able to use those products. There are two different ways to utilize straw bale construction. One is to use the load-bearing methods, and the other is to make it, to use the filling and then compact it in.
Lo queremos construir con muro de relleno.
Sometimes we will use wood to create a form inside of the wall and use a kind of filling inside of that with the straw bales. And other times it will have a concrete mixture type thing over those.
I think it's talking about the structure. There is a structure, framing. You know, the framing. You can frame it with wood, or you can frame it with concrete, and then the walls, which is the filling, is the straw bale.
And the load-bearing method is used almost completely of the straw bale construction. We have to determine at the beginning what kind of roof we're going to put on to determine exactly the specific way of utilizing the straw bales. If we are using the walls, the load-bearing method, which has the straw bale all inside, we can put a heavier roof on the top. This has rebar in the straw bales, and therefore we can use a heavier roof.
These are heavy tile roofs.
One reason that we like to use the cane family of construction is that it's very compact, has a lot of fiber in it, and it is not affected by termites. It's very, very strong. The one thing that is that makes straw bale construction difficult is humidity or moisture. Therefore, there has to be a very careful foundation and everything done to avoid moisture getting in. So the straw bale construction, we have to protect it underneath and also at the top for the roof. We have to build a very careful foundation. The foundation is about 1.5 feet or 18 inches deep. We have to use plastic that is overlaid and to be able to protect it from the moisture from underneath as well as from the top. We have to use rebar that is a meter high. And once we get that foundation, the concrete foundation and then the plastic, and with the rebar that is set into the concrete, we use a type of asphalt covering then on top of all of that so that it will be impermeable to the moisture. Both adobe and straw bale construction is very long lasting. It will be good for years and years and years and years, but the straw bale is much more economical. Again, to review, the foundation is cement that has the rebar placed in the appropriate places, ready to put the straw bale on top of those and build up. And you use the straw bales in the same form that you would use brick. In other words, you would be you would place them like this on top of the rebar, and it's inserted down on those rebar iron pieces. But it will be done in this way. In other words, they wouldn't put them end to end all the way up and down. It's like brick. As each layer is added and done like the brick, you have to get up on top of those bales and pack it down with the weight of your body. The rebar comes only in certain lengths. It will be high enough for only about 3 layers, 3 rounds of the straw bales. So once the straw bales have gotten to that level, you won't have any more rebar. So you have to add new rebar from the top down into, way down into it, to be able to continue adding other layers on top, so that it will be strong enough to support. Often buildings like this will utilize about 7 layers, but from after that 3rd layer, you will be adding the rebar down through the lower level all the way up through the 7th level. As he mentioned earlier, the straw bales are about 1 meter long. But we have to utilize half of a bale, and we can do that. We can separate it, cut it, and rebuild it to make it come out at the corners the way it needs to.
For more information, go to www.gytte.org or find us on Facebook at Give Ye Them to Eat.